Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Saif's vlog. And it's a deload week this week, which we do one every 4 weeks for him. So, a couple of things here. Number one, I had someone say, as big as this guy is, and even as high as his lifts are, how are you classifying him as an intermediate? It's like, okay, great question. And I think the best reason I classify him as one, he has less than 2 years of continual training experience. Less than 2 years. Okay. In fact, he's never trained before he hired me. He's never made it more than about 3 months without getting injured and having to take a month or two off. Number one. So, number two, look at our rate of progression. Most of his lifts improve every single training block, if not on a weekly basis. We literally have had weeks here where we're watching, and even though the training maxes are staying the same, we're running heavier weights based on percentages, and he sometimes is hitting the same reps or getting within one rep. So, if we're at an 85% week, sometimes what happens? He'll hit 8 reps and then get 7 at the 90% and then get 5 or 6 on the 95% week. Okay? That means he literally got stronger every single week. He always gets stronger block to block. Every 3-week block, we see significant increases on all of his lifts. Every lift goes up a minimum of 5 kg, at least his bigger movements. Okay? This is why I classify him as an intermediate. People are going to be like, he's going to be deadlifting 5 plates soon. Yep, probably for reps. He's probably going to bench 3 plates for a couple reps within the next couple months. Do I still classify him as an intermediate? If he's still making close to almost linear progress, then we have to. And keep in mind, he was losing weight for a lot of that, and he's still at a higher body fat. He has his shirt off in some of these, but he's going to get leaner once we build more and more base. He's going to do cuts again, and slowly work his weight down. But in spite of the fact that he was in a deficit and losing weight for part of this, he was making weekly progress in a calorie deficit on no drugs. Okay? He's an intermediate. He's an intermediate. His progress has been the rate we would expect for an intermediate. Doesn't matter that he's, now repping past 100 for work sets on bench. Okay, it doesn't matter he's repping out whatever, past 3 plates on the squat for rep work. His rate of progress is there. So that's what we have to factor in. So that's how we make these determinations. Also, we're still doing just 3-day-a-week training for him. Now, again, it's got to fit his lifestyle. He has a very intensive job. Someone asked what he do for a living. I'm like, I'll leave him to tell you that if he chooses to. That's his personal information. And he said he would rather not be public about it. That's what he said in a reply. But he has a very physically demanding job. Okay? He's a physically demanding job. Now, the fact that he can afford all this equipment and coaching, it obviously pays decent. So, we have him on 3-day. We have a squat, bench, and deadlift day these days. All right? We have a squat, bench, and deadlift day. We still deload every 4th week because his job is demanding. But here's the thing. He's made progress. He is getting stronger still. We're increasing the training maxes again. All right? For this coming block now, I'm running his training max at 180 kilos on the safety bar squat. That's 4 plates aside for those who use freedom units. That's his training max now with a safety squat bar. We're working, 200 kg is the training max for the deadlift. That means he can do more than that, by the way. It's our training max. It's what we're programming off of. It's 4.5 plates. All right? So he's making still very good progress. And those are going to go up. Those are going to go up. I mean, he's going to squat 200 plus kg, I think, within the next 3 months. I think he's going to be able to rep 5 plates on the deadlift within the next 3 months. Is he still going to be an intermediate? Yeah. Also notice the seal row bench. We threw that in on this deload week because he got it. He's got a bar for it. He's got a seal row. Again, we want to have some variation in there for his back because mainly we get overuse in his biceps. So his arms get overused very, very quickly. That's why we don't do any arm work other than bands. Always trying to keep those tendons healthy. They're a problem for him. Still got big arms. He's got big arms. But of course, we're keeping in for the deload week, even though we're still focusing on his 3 lifts with reduced workload. We still did the belt squat. We still do his band work. We still did the seal rows, and then we're still going to do his hyper extensions coming up. But those are our tools. What are we using for squat accessory for the most part? Belt squats. We do a lot of squatting with his specialty bars. And we do belt squats. For deadlifts, we just do plenty of well-programmed deadlifting. We're following it up with 45-degree hypers, and he's doing those weighted. Same with his benching. What do we do? A lot of tricep band work. We do some plate front raises. Right? I'm going to be adding in dumbbell work, his next phase. And then we do plenty of rowing. We do axle bar rows. We do seal rows. We have been doing dumbbell rows. We're going to switch over to the seal rows now that he's got one. And we can rotate through these things. We can rotate through them. But this is what we work with. And this is how he gets bigger and stronger. And it's working just fine. In fact, I'm very glad he has those extra pieces of equipment. Goes to show how far just having a couple things like that can go, and he's just going to keep getting bigger and stronger. All right? He's already lost quite a bit of body fat. He's going to lose more later. Not that he cares. He's even said, I don't care. I don't care about how I look. I do want to lose it later for health purposes, to live longer. And as a coach, I've got no problem with that. Got no problem with that because I have some guys who have great physiques. By most people's standards, some of my guys don't care. But here's the other thing that's funny. This guy ever gets lean. Look how thick he is. He's going to look like a monster lean if he ever does, if he decides to do it. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.